supposed to happen. We're supposed to get rid of these scoring systems that say a child or a school is flunking, and then we're not doing anything once we identify that school is flunking in order to make sure that school gets turned around. Let's quit creating these pie-in-the-sky measurements without any baked goods to go ahead and put together a real live cake, right? We've got to start talking about health. How do you improve on health statistics? How do you improve on poverty conditions that people are living in? These are the things that add up to send, especially women, people to prison in Oklahoma. Something has got to change about that. We've got to start talking about how to get the government out of our private lives. These are the issues. These are the issues that government should be looking at. How do we improve education? How do we improve health care? How do we make life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness available for all people, and especially women in Oklahoma? It's embarrassing that we lock up so many women, and those women have several things that consistently occur in their background. They have experienced sexual violence, emotional violence, trauma. They've experienced domestic violence and abuse. They've experienced unintended pregnancy, and they've experienced community life wherein they are at risk. And anymore in Oklahoma, women are at risk even by the police who are supposed to protect them. Yes. It is shameful that in Senate District 48, women have been sexually molested, allegedly, they say, by a police officer. But what happened after that? The bail was set at, was it $5 million? By a woman judge. A male judge comes and reduces that same bail to $500,000. That person is now out walking the street, and there's a GoFundMe campaign that has $7,000 in it for him. Well, what does that say about those women? And women in general. It says that women aren't safe in Oklahoma, even in incarceration. Mabel Bassett is #1 in the U.S. for abuse of women who are in police custody. That's unacceptable. This thing of mass incarceration has many, many legs to it. And I'm sure the speakers who've spoken today have not only shared their stories, but they've shared the same thing that I'm talking to you about. And that is the impact on taxpayers of continuing to keep laws that keep sending our people to prison for unreasonably long amounts of time. And then we refuse as policymakers to take initiatives that would decrease that. This Justice Reinvestment Initiative that the governor flip-flop on, and now she's flip-flop again on, and I expect her to flip-flop again when session comes back. That was a program that would have reduced the rate of incarceration in Oklahoma, and it would have turned those monies back into communities where this is a big issue. But we weren't able to get that done in Oklahoma because private prisons influence the current administration. I have no other way to say that. There ought to be a law against prison profiteering in Oklahoma. And those are the kinds of laws that we need to hold our elected officials accountable to start to enact, to go to Washington and ensure that it happens from the federal level down. It's unacceptable for us to allow human beings to continue to be commodities where there is a profit incentive for locking up people. Where there's a profit motive, there is a demand. And that demand says that we have to find more and more people guilty. We have to convict more and more people because we've got to feed that beast. And I'm telling you today, that cannot continue in Oklahoma. I want to ask for your vote for all of the people who get this, who understand that we've got to change this order of business in Oklahoma. This is an unsustainable policy. We will be bankrupt because we cannot punish our way to prosperity. We must do something different. Again, I thank all of you for being here today in this moment. We're going to go inside and we're going to watch a film that documents what has happened to one person in particular. I can tell you 1,000 Kevin Ott stories. I get them every day. My secretaries wonder if my name isn't written on the bathroom walls at the prison. But it's because I care. And as Oklahomans, we know how to care about each other. And those of you here today, you're stepping up and saying, we care about the least of us. We care enough to go out, vote differently, and put new people in place that will change what's going on in Oklahoma. I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to find out who's voting and who's not voting. Encourage them to vote. We can do this, Oklahoma. We're better than this, and we deserve more. God bless you, and thank you so much. I'm Connie Johnson, and I approve this message.